Hi, I'm Lisa Burbach, and I am a certified health coach. And I'm certified through the Dr. Sears Wellness Institute. And you can learn a little bit more about me at yieldingaction.com, which is my website. And I thought I would bring to you a little health coach tip that the holidays are coming up, and really, no matter what time of year it is, we all want to make changes. We often know the changes that we should make, eating better, moving a little bit more, and we just have a little trouble getting started doing them. And a good place to start is your kitchen cabinets. So here's my cabinet, which I pulled a few things down to talk to you about today that we're going to talk about reading a label. Reading a label is really a great place to start, because that way we all go to the grocery store and we all need to know what to buy and what is a healthy food. And it can be daunting, really. And so I have this great giant label to help us out that I know you won't be able to necessarily read, but you can follow along with me. When you're looking at a label, they're the things that we're all sort of used to on our cans and our packages that we all look at. So I know that from lifting weights and exercise, the thinking for me has always been to look at my fat calories or my sugar calories, my carbohydrates, things like that. So a lot of people pick up the label and look at the nutrition facts and they say, let's see, these organic pinto beans, they have 0 grams of fat, no cholesterol, 130 milligrams of sodium, and 19 grams of carbohydrates. So am I willing to use those carbohydrates? Maybe you're someone who really counts your carbs. Or maybe you're someone who counts your fat and you say 0 fat. Awesome, this is good for me. And then it has protein, 6 grams of protein. So this is a good choice from that standpoint. But there's more to a label than just your fat, carbs, protein, sugars, and salts. The rest is the ingredient list, and that's where things sneak in and where our health can really be impacted. So I have here just a giant blow up of an ingredient list, and on this one I have some healthy items, things like like whole wheat flour, and I might have things like just beans. Like this can is beans, water, and sea salt. So there are a few things that I want you to look for when you're looking at a label to start with, before we get into some of the heavy, big names and scary things that are there. Look for a short list. So if you can find a product that has 10 ingredients or less, good job. The fewer ingredients there are, 1, the easier it is for you to know what's going on. And 2, often it's a little closer to real food. Not always, so you still have to read. But like in this case, it's beans. Well, beans come from the ground. It's a good source of protein. It's just a good choice as far as foods go. So 10 items or less. Look for good words like whole grain, organic. You look for words that let you know what's truly going on. So when you're looking at those words, one of the things you want to consider is, can I pronounce this word? If you cannot pronounce the words, there is a good chance, not always, but a good chance, it doesn't need to be something that you need to have inside your body anyway. Things like high in protein, high in fiber, those are good things to look for in label as well. And low in sugar. So whole grain, rolled oats, brown sugar, coconut oil, milk, dates, honey, coconut. Those are items that I have on an ingredient. And I would look at that and say, that's a good label. It's not very long. I can pronounce all the words. And they're good words. So then we have, now I tend to shop pretty clean. So most of my ingredients are going to be good ingredients, good words, small ingredients. And I'll show you my weakness, though. So not everything, even health coaches, have a weakness here and there and splurge from time to time. So I like shopping at places where I can afford the prices and that I feel that this store gives attention to what is in the ingredients too. So you might want to try stores that in your area that pay attention to those things as well. So here's one, and it has water. The second ingredient is sugar, and the third is soy sauce. So this tells me that it's a very sweet and a very salty product just from the beginning. Every once in a while, that's fine, and it depends on things that you're looking at personally. Like if you're watching your blood pressure, you might not want this product. Maybe a little, or not too much, and you have to know yourself to be able to decide. But then after that, it has a miso sauce, some cayenne pepper, water, pear puree, paprika, sake, garlic, ginger, and cornstarch, lemon juice, and red pepper. So would I call this a good product? Not really, but I'm going to use it, and I would have it maybe one meal in the week, and I might call it an iffy product. So when you're trying to keep healthy snacks around, one of the easiest things that you can do for snacks without having to worry about reading your labels too much, but you should still check to see the types of oils that are in it and how much salt. But I like to buy raw nuts and keep them on hand as a snack, or raisins. And so then they're just there and handy and a quick little bit of energy without crashing, just as a side note. So here's my weakness. Are you ready? Nestle Quick. I really love it, but it's a treat. And when you're trying to eat healthy, learning what your ingredients are in the products that you're buying, if they're things that you feel that you should have, and being mindful of what you're eating is really important. But it's also important to remember that everybody eats special things from time to time. They're called treats. And every once in a while, I have a treat of chocolate milk. So let's see what's in here. Perhaps it will be healthier than I think it is, and I will be rescued from myself and have to find another treat, but I doubt it. So sugar, cocoa, soy lecithin, carrageenan, salt, natural flavor, spice, vitamins and minerals, copper, gluconate, manganese, sulfate, and biotin. Okay, so the first ingredient was sugar. And the way the ingredient list works is the first item on your list is the largest quantity, and then decreasing down. So the bottom ingredient means that's the least of that amount in that product. But manufacturers are tricky. So you might have a product that says, like ketchup, might say tomatoes, number one. And then it might have sugar, and then corn syrup, and then it might have fructose. Now those are all sugars after tomato. So the sneaky part is they get to do them in decreasing order. But if you combined all of your sugars, because really your body, it's just sugar, and you combine those together, it's possible there would be more sugar than tomato. So that's really something to consider as adding it all up, looking at what ingredients are that really the same thing, and just a way for them to phrase them differently. So it's technically a different product, but how is it in your body? So just give it a thought when you look it over. So I would say that this still qualifies as a treat. It's not something I can have every day, but from time to time, it's fine. And I recommend that you have a treat from time to time too. That eating healthy is important, but it's a lifestyle change. It's not a short diet that we do. And having treats is just part of life. There are going to be birthday parties and holidays and special events and fancy dinners. And if it's not your everyday way of living, don't worry about it. Enjoy it. Don't vilify your food. Please, please do not shame yourself for the nice dinner that you had. Order what you want and enjoy it. It's one night. And then tomorrow, go back to eating well again. And if you really are worried about it, just take an extra lap around the neighborhood. Walk it off a little. But overall, give yourself a break and just learn to have a healthy lifestyle because you're worth it. And because you want to be healthy for you and not because it's a shaming game or something to please someone else. So let's just quickly go back over the label reading. When you're looking at your label, you have the nutrition facts that tell you your fat, cholesterol, sodium, and those are important, don't get me wrong. Do look at those things. Try to find things that are lower in sodium, lower in sugar, lower in fat, modest amounts of things. For things like dietary fiber and protein, boost those up. You want those numbers to be high. Sugars, low. So like cereals, for example, try to strive for more than 3 grams of fiber, less than 6 grams of sugar, and more than 3 grams of protein. So 3, 6, 3 is a good sugar choice. Good cereal choice. Look at your vitamins and minerals. If you pick up something and all of your vitamin and mineral slots are 0 or very small, it's really of no benefit to your body. It's just a filler, and you could pick something else. So then don't forget to look at your ingredient list. Can you pronounce the words? Are there small ingredient lists? Are there maybe less than 10 items? Are there good words? Are there words like high in protein, high in fiber, low in sugar? And every once in a while, it's okay. You can still purchase the treat. So I hope this has been helpful to you and just to help you understand the importance of reading a label and just a little encouragement on your eating. And thank you for joining me today. And again, if you want to learn more about me and my practice as a health coach, it's called Yielding Action Health Coaching. It's the idea of cultivating thoughts and helping us move those thoughts to where we yield the action from them. And that's at yieldingaction.com. And you have a great day.